All right, guys, we're going to go over what I call the Hartzell-inspired band work for the legs. Great way to relax the muscles, get the joints warmed up. Great activity to do before or after your activity. And I call it the Hartzell band work because Dick Hartzell was really the starter. These bands, you can find them in sporting goods stores, but 5-10 years ago you couldn't find them anywhere except out of a small place in Ohio. The man deserves credit for really starting the boom. So this isn't original, but it's maybe a few parts, but it's inspired, and I thank him for his effort. So we start off wearing it like a belt, and we're going to bring it around the foot using a small band. Unless you're going through a rehab series, most likely we're going to want to bring it in and give it that little wrap over before we begin. Okay, and then we're going to begin holding on to it, actively curling the toes back, and curl the toes back. We assist with a little bit of a pull, and then we take it forward. Okay, actively curl the toes back, assist into more of a stretch, and then take it forward. Again, this isn't a workout, folks. We're actively using that muscle to curl that foot back. We give it a little bit more of a stretch, and then we give it a little resistance as we go through. Take that forward and back about 10 times, and then we're going to take it in. So we're going to, again, actively curl, give a little bit of assist, keep that tension on the band, and then we rotate it back. Good. Actively bring it over, give it a little bit of assist. We should be getting a nice little stretch here, keeping that resistance. Again, all of these, we're going to go anywhere from 10 to 15 repetitions, feeling that active stretch back and forth. So we want to use the muscles to bring it into the stretch, give a little bit more of a pull with the band, and then actively work those muscles out. Because what we're doing here, folks, is teaching those muscles how to be strong at an end range of motion. Okay, then we're going to go on to the back from here into our first hamstring stretch. So we fall on back. Opposite knee is going to be bent for this one, so we can keep that pelvis nice and flat. And the key thing here is a lot of people want to just take it back, but we're not worried about how far the leg's going back. We want that knee locked. We want to push up through that heel. Now from here, we're just going to bring a nice little bend into the knee. 1, 2, come out of it, and then we're going to push the heel to the ceiling. Squeeze that quad muscle, and then give a little of assist with the band. Bend the knee and push through. Bend the knee and push through. Then we're going to take that right leg out to the side. We're going to put both bands into our right hand. We're going to let that hip come on out to the side, and we want to go out as wide as we can, but we don't want this left hip to just be popping up. Okay, so that may be down a little bit more for some of you, it may be up a little bit more, but we bring it out to that nice little stretch, then we bend the knee, and then once again we push out, straightening out that heel, and then giving a little bit of an assist with that band. And we're going to take that in and out, again, 5 to 10 times. From there, we're going to straighten out that left leg. We're going to put both bands into the left hand, and we're going to bring that leg across the body. We're going to have these hips perpendicular, so we roll over nice and tall. And again, we push that heel nice and straight, using that quad muscle to push that heel and get a nice little stretch coming through these glutes. Bend that knee slightly and push through again. Bend that knee slightly and push through. Okay, then we're going to come back to the center, and now this left knee is going to bend again. We're going to bring that right ankle over the left knee, and we're going to do a nice little active stretch where we walk this heel back up as far as we can. We're getting a nice stretch in the glutes here. Then we're going to push out with that foot against the band into our knee, and then we're going to use that band to bring us into a little bit of a deeper stretch. You should not be feeling any torque on the knee. This is a stretch up from the hip. If you're feeling torque on the knee, then you need to make some adjustments or not pull quite so hard. Make some adjustments on where you're pulling and how you're pulling, but you want to be feeling this into the glute. Nice little rotator stretch there. Finally, we're going to end up with a quad stretch. So we're going to come up straight. We're going to take the band back from being around on our back. We're going to roll onto our side. So we're going to roll onto the opposite side that we're facing. So Kyle's going to have his head down there, and then he's going to pass the band behind his back, as you'll see, on his hip. He's going to reach. Now the key thing here, folks, is we're not just going to yank and pull up with the band here. We want to actively squeeze our glutes to pull that knee back. Then once we get that knee back, we give it that little bit of a pull. Then we're going to look to straighten out our leg a little bit. So we straighten that leg out to activate that quad, and then we squeeze the glute and take it back in. So we go in and out of that series a little bit. So active glutes and pull, and then give a little resistance for that quad to work against using that band. So that's the lower body basics. Again, great way to warm the muscles up before you're getting ready to do your activity, and a great way to kind of cool them down as well. Or if you have a particular area of your body, lower body, it's not feeling quite right, you can just jump through and do 10 to 15 reps to kind of activate, elongate, and get the tissues up and going. It's a great thing to do after you've done either your foam rolling or your lacrosse ball as well, to get that tissue and that nervous system fired up and moving in the direction you want it to be. All right, lower body band series.